Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we've got loads to go over today. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering why we didn't upload the big announcement late last night. Well, we knew full well that the Arrowhead team would run rampant, answering all the questions that you guys had after that. So we've got the big announcement and everything you guys wanted to know finally answered, including more updates than just the mid-October update, as well as some info on what it is the roadmap is going to look like and the fact that they're going to be having some interesting videos releasing over the next few months. With that being said, let's dive into the game. I've got loads of information to come for your faces. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button, subscribe with post notifications turned on, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to get involved with our giveaway, it's very simple. Head down to the comment section and just put in a yellow and a black love heart. That'll enter you in for the giveaway quite easily. We'll announce it in just a couple of days, but before we get into that, a quick word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Yolanzi, who were nice enough to send me the D200H deck dock. Now, this thing has got an array of pro features for a starter budget. This is around half the price of any other docking station out there on the market at the moment, and it has a one-click control of your entire studio. With a simple plug-and-play setup, this thing works absolutely incredibly. Now, for those of you guys who are Helldivers watching this, we even have a stratagem call-in function profile that you guys can just call your stratagems in by the push of a button. But if you're wanting to utilize this to enhance your workflow, it's very, very simple to download profiles such as CapCut, Adobe Premiere Pro, and all of your general editing styles that you guys can utilize this to not have to use hotkeys. It also has functionality for Photoshop, which is, for me personally, extremely helpful, as it cuts out around half of the processing time of actually generating a thumbnail or even just some of your more passion projects. How easy is it to download these profiles, you ask? Well, very simple. With the Yolanzi Studio Deck Dock Station, you can actually just go directly into an app store, search up the icons that you want to go through, or even a full profile set for your top-end applications, and at the click of a button, you'll receive everything at the tip of your fingers. You can also do things like setting up macros, which is extremely easy, where you can select one button to press an entire array of keys simultaneously, meaning that other things inside of your actions are really, really easy to do. And for a product that is only $89, this can replace hundreds of dollars inside of your gaming setup and still give you the same functionality that you've been having for all of this time. Or if you've not had anything, well, then you need to hit the link in the description, use our link, and get hold of Yolanzi product now. Thank you so much for holding on for that one, but let's dive into the game and see what's happening right now. Shams Georgiani starts off the day by stating that they've been duct taping this baby together a bit too far. They now really need to rejig the stuff, and that's going to take some time, but that led into quite a ginormous announcement that the Baskonator put up just yesterday afternoon, stating the following. We know so many of you guys have been experiencing issues including performance drops, stability hiccups, freezes, and annoying audio bugs. We've seen the feedback across Discord, forums, Reddit, and our dashboards. You've been loud, clear, and absolutely right to expect better. We also recognize that our recent updates haven't hit the mark and our silence hasn't helped. That's on us. We read all of it, and we are hard at work creating a roadmap to address this. Now, we have got some info on what the roadmap is going to revolve around, so we'll have that answer for you later on in the video. But they go on to state that they are going to start chipping away at a big update coming mid-October-ish for some crash fixes that are mainly the key ones. Primary weapon sidearm audio issues, so that's stopped mid-mission, minor performance improvements, long overdue bug fixes like the charger footstep sound, they're gonna be pretty damn useful, weapon audio stopping mid-mission, no more landing on caves, and a huge balance pass, which is going to be having a audio video coming up from Niklas and Lennart. Now, we all know how they go, so I'm intrigued to see what it is that Niklas and Lennart can actually provide us at that time. They go on to state, though, because that wasn't all we had, states that for some bigger performance pieces, unfortunately, we can't have a short turnaround magic wand, nor would a 60-day patch fix them fully. Rather, it would be duct taping them when we need to solder. So we're working on a bigger development plan as to how we can address some of the larger concerns. Short term, we think the above will make the noticeable improvement, and beyond that, we'll keep working on top of the issues you keep raising. In future, we're planning on more transparency and more talk. we're looking to share more about the process, performance, and how we got here, plus further improvements and evolution. For starters, expect another post next week to kick that off. Between the Xbox launch, Halo ODST Legendary Warbond, the Free Into the Just update, and other surprises, we've welcomed a ton of new players, brought back veterans, and delivered a lot of content. Now it's time to double down on fixes, polish, and better communication. Now for me, that was absolutely incredible. All we've been asking for really is some communication. What the hell is going on? But that massive announcement led into some really big unanswered questions, one of which was about the mid-October update. Now for those of you guys who can obviously read a calendar, you'll know that the mid-October update is likely to be within the next 3 to 4 weeks. Now, that is a very long time to not have an update. So somebody inquired, does that mean that we'll get no updates until the mid-October? Now, Shams has clarified that the mid-October update is the next big sizable one, but it does not mean that that is all we're going to be receiving, and hopefully we will have some minor patch updates moving through that over the next 3 to 4 weeks. I think that personally, that's the best way to do it, and I hope that they do. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out, but the next sizable update will be in mid-October. On top of that, though, loads of people were asking what the roadmap was going to be about, because I think a lot of you guys like me panicked that there was going to be a content roadmap. Now, you need to remember this whole post is nothing to do with content. Shams Georgiani thankfully closed that gap and stated that the upcoming blog post is about our tech director that hopelessly will talk about the tech roadmap, not the content roadmap. Now, that is for me personally exactly what I wanted. I am really glad that that's happening. I think the beauty of Helldivers is that content just drops without us really knowing it's coming, and then we can enjoy it at that point in time. I'm glad that they're running in a tech roadmap. What that actually looks like, we'll have to wait and see, and hopefully it makes sense to us, because again, we're not game developers, so hopefully they don't do the BS baffles brains and just use a load of really big words that nobody's going to understand. Hopefully they can simplify it so it makes sense to the average consumer. But there is also some confirmation that there are going to be some video talks going up at some stage or another. Somebody was asking about the rupture strain, whether it was actually how they were meant to be played out, and whether it was actually how they developed it. What is it that they thought was going to happen with this rupture strain? Did you even test it? And Jojo, the QA lead, states, topics for one of those video talks, I think, if we can. Now, it would be incredible to know how many of these are going to be releasing, when they'll be releasing, and what it is that we're actually going to see, because these video talks are genuinely going to come across really, really well, and I can't wait to see what it is that they do for it. But one thing that they're not going to do is nerf the coyote. We did report this about a week or so ago now, but obviously I'm having to resecure the fact that people know about it. Jojo has obviously replied to some people in the Discord stating that he has already told folks that they are not nerfing the coyote, so you don't need to worry about that one. Your AR rifle incendiary rounds will be safe from the nerf hammer. On terms of the patch notes that is coming for the balance in mid-October, I really, really, really hope they don't nerf anything. I think they're fully aware right now that they're not in a position to be able to do that, so hopefully they lean into that one quite heavily. This also led into the whole conversations of engines and whether it was that they were going to upgrade the engine but move to Helldivers 3 at some date in the future. Now, Shams has actually stated exactly how it's going to go. I personally already knew this, and we've been trying to spread the word on it, so if you haven't already, share the video and make sure people understand what this is going on about. But it states, unfortunately, no product rolls are out. We have no plans for Helldivers 3, just HD2 for as long as it can go. Think RuneScape, which is essentially what they're stating is like Destiny 2, where they just continuously build on top of it. Now, obviously, if we're coming up to a cap on how the engine is now, we could be coming up to some bigger issues later down the line, but hopefully they're going to have so much more room to work and more development that is actually going to come from it, because as Sham states right here, they're moving to a new office in February with more open landscape. If you know what the studio looks like, it's pretty compact, pretty on top of each other, and there's not really much room for anything in there. So the fact that they've already got to this point from that studio is absolutely incredible. But you may even get to see what it ends up looking like. As Sham states, it will make it easier for folks to come into the office. Proximity equals a bunch of benefits. Overall, it's a much better work environment. We'll do a video and show you properly. So hopefully we'll get to see exactly what the new studio actually looks like, and they are bringing in more people to the team. This is again really good news, because more people means more work produce, means more production quality, and hopefully a better game overall. We can see right here that they've added 2 more jobs to the job listing: licensing coordinator contractor and a senior gameplay programmer. This is absolutely huge. The one for the licensing coordinator though is absolutely hybrid, so we love that. We can see exactly how this is going to play out, and hopefully some of these jobs will get wrapped up pretty damn soon, and they can start making moves inside of the game. Overall, a lot of questions that I personally had have now been answered as of this morning, scrolling through endless pages of messages from Sham Georgiani. We've obviously condensed down the most important ones for you guys, but I want to know what you guys are thinking via the comment section below. Is this a W? Is this an L? Was this what you wanted, or is this not what you expected at all? Talking about comments, though, we're going to look over your top comments from the previous video as we went over the charger fix that they were talking about and a new dev blog post that they had originally spoke about yesterday morning. It's exactly why we didn't do the video late last night. It states right here, I really want Helldivers to jump back into greatness. If the devs focus on fixing things over content for some time, I'm sure most people wouldn't be mad. Now, obviously, this is all time scaled. The way that gaming communities generally tend to work is they want new content. They receive new content, everything gets broken, and then all they want is fixes. The dev teams focus on fixes, and then people cry and claim out for new content. It's about making sure you have that happy medium and not taking too long on any one which way to be able to keep your community happy. Balance is a hard thing to find, and hopefully it's something that they manage to nail down at some point. This next comment states right here, communication. Yes, that's literally what we need right now. Well, not all, but it helps. 100%, and I think that that's probably the biggest takeaway from this, is that communication was one of the biggest things that we were crying out for as a community. What was going on? It was patch update day and nothing's been received. No community managers are around. It was just pure silence, and now we've actually got some sort of answer. I'd see that as a massive positive. And finally, this states right here, they put out a major order for us, we put one out for them. I mean, yeah, to a degree, that's exactly how it's worked. And it's really good that they're actually taking this one in their stride and going in for the hard hammer and hopefully bringing the game back to its former glory. We'll wait and see how it plays out, but let me know what you guys are thinking via the comment section below. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on, and check out our incredible sponsor, Yolanzi. Thanks again, appreciate yous, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.